What's going on? Move the mouse back in City Skylines. Rosewood, Season 10, Episode number 25. And surprise, surprise. Got some fires happening. Just a little one. Not too bad today. Just viewable from orbit. Not a big deal. It'll grow back. It's okay. So since the last episode, I don't think I recorded this one. I did a little cleanup over here. Just, I don't know, tighten it up a little bit. Move the, what are they, the barracks? Off on a little road, all on their own. And then I rotated the fruit and crop greenhouses so they're facing this side of the street. Did I do that in the last one? I don't remember. I don't remember where I broke this off. And I don't know why there's a crosswalk there. Because that is a 2-lane segment of road. That's why. Okay. Well, that we definitely don't need. Okay, I'm glad I saw that crosswalk. There's another one right there. Is that just because of the intersection? Yes, okay. That's fine. I dropped the biodome in and started, sneaking some extra barns and stuff around the property. But I've turned them off because they generate a ton of traffic and we don't need the storage for what we're doing. So I did that, and then I want to say I did this off camera too, which is to do kind of a loop through here. Now this could be a little bit more efficient of an exit off the highway, but it works. And it lets also people loop back around if they need to. And then we've got a couple cut throughs here where they can change the other side if they want, but basically it's the entire production chain is right here. So trees to storage to timber to paper to workers and furniture factory down the end, and if they need to they can all loop back around. And there's a little service road right here which has a recycling plant, police, fire, crematorium, even in case anybody dies over there. And I want to say that I've done it, I just haven't talked about it, because I think it was Rihanna mentioned in the comments, like, why don't you do crematoriums? And I do a lot of time. I don't think I talk about it. I tend to throw them in next to cemeteries, just to give people the option, how they want to go out in the ground to ash, or I guess we don't even need the crematoriums at that point. We just toss them in the woods. We will at some point do a real walking tour, and maybe a driving tour and a transport tour. We'll get a real good tour of the city going, but I think it's time to finish up some areas. I still haven't 100% decided what's happening over here, and we need to fill this in with a little bit of trees up towards the highway. We've got a couple little side streets that kind of come out, but we've got a lot of industrial demand right now. I don't think we're doing any major zones. Do we cut the trees back at this point? Like, come on. We are playing on 1x speed. Let's see if this actually... I think this is just getting worse, right? It's not getting any better. Hopefully it won't cross the street. We may think about adding another... So let's see. Most of these have creatures. We might think about adding another... what do you call it? The helicopter fire depot. So we'll double these up. Not that we need to, but again, just to give people the option, and we've got tons of capacity for handling the bodies that way, even if we run out of cemetery space. So I feel like, yeah, in the interest of kind of finishing things off, part of that, and I've talked about this before, but it never hurts to go over. So if you're on console, we don't have access to mods, so we needed to kind of trick things out a little bit. So what I would recommend doing is taking a look at your map, seeing what kind of trees are, what kind of trees are out there. I see alders, I see beeches, I see conifers out there on the top of the mountain. So we do that same thing over here to kind of keep things looking okay, or looking similar. And left and right in the D-pad on console changes the size of the brush. Up and down changes the strength. So if we want super thick trees, we can fill it in like that, but we don't want that. We want pretty thin trees, maybe 2 clicks in, because we'll come back through here. But we want to do a little bit of conifer, a little bit of maple, a little bit of oak, maybe some wild conifer to change up the sizes a bit. And you can spam the A button or the X button depending on what console you're on, or the B button, I think, on Switch. Man, those buttons are backwards. And you can change the size too. Sometimes it has an easier time kind of packing them in there, but you know, get a couple different kinds of trees in there before you really fill it in. So we'll do that, and we'll just kind of spam them in there until we stop getting a lot of response, until it's really filled out. But it doesn't have to be, you know, totally thick with trees. But just a little bit of that really helps. And if we wanted to, we could come up around the highway and kind of thicken out just along the highway. But not too much towards the edge of the map because it does thin out over there, unfortunately. I was going to try and separate that out with some terrain modification, but I ultimately did not like the way it was turning out, so I decided not to do that. So this is totally, looks like this is out now. It's totally burned that entire patch of grass. Wow. Okay. Death Valley. Pretty creepy. I bet if we were here at night, it would be even worse. Got to figure out something for up here, but the thing that's so nice about that is the look from over here, right? You're in the town, you're walking around, see that satellite dish up there on the hill. Let's take a look. We could kind of do that same trick with some of the trees, right? It doesn't make any sense that there's this big clearing over here. We could look at potentially moving some of our sports over here. You know, we're in the positive, right? Let's do this. Let's do football and baseball. Football, baseball. We'll start with football, baseball. Let's do that. And let's come over here. And let's actually give it a fighting chance. How are we doing here? We've got enough students. We've obviously got enough academic works. We've got enough campus attractiveness. So we'll go over to sports. We're not going to change the ticket price, but we will affect the cheerleading and coaching budgets. And basically these allow, the more you put into them, the better chances you get of winning. And the more you win, the more money you make for the city, and the more you increase happiness. So that's going to be a huge dent, absolutely huge dent in our budget. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to let that play. I'm going to let that play through today and through next episode. But keep in mind, that is why our budget is going to be tanking. Because we kind of have to wait at least through the academic year, if not longer, to really see the benefit of that. Because where are we at academic year wise? Well, we're okay. We've kicked it off. We're not too far into it. And we could look at kind of moving that stuff around, but let's see what that does. We're 20,000 in the hole right now. Apparently, if you have good teams, they can make that money back, but I don't know. I've never really worked too hard at that aspect of it. Well, I'm going to come back in over to the trees here and kind of do the same thing that we did before. Bunch of different brushes through here. All right, so we filled that in quite a bit. Could really come in here and kind of detail things where they feel a little flat, you know, like Where is my... You know, if you came in here with a single brush and kind of mixed in some trees right on the edge of properties, that would kind of make sense. It doesn't have to all be the same tree. In fact, it looks a little better if you mix them up a bit, but hopefully you get my point there, that you can take kind of these relatively flat-looking grass areas and just add a couple trees and really make a big distinction in kind of how things are separated. It's coming along from the right angles. It's really nice, as long as you ignore that massive patch of death. I'm going to come back up here. So I think we can get rid of Central Park. That's just not going to happen. I think we can get rid of these trains too. I'm going to do that because right now I've got the outside trains coming into here. And then people get on and they wait. They wait there, and then they take the train into the city to come down to here. But there's no reason that I couldn't just bring the traffic in here. Like, why do we even have this middle ground stop, right? We don't need a train stop up here. I mean, it kind of makes it... Whoa! We haven't looked at train lines. Passengers service last week, 287. Come on, there's 287 people right there that just got on the train. What do you mean 287 last week? 287 on a train. It's crazy. Which one is that? Is that the one that's going into the city? The green line goes into the city. So, let's see. Where does that come out? It comes out right over there. That's relatively popular. That's not too bad. We'll continue on. That's coming from the south side of the lake. That's the one that we were waiting to see come in. And that'll take people... Where will that take people? Over here. Before it takes them back up that way. Did I use a hub station there? Or is that the regular... Oh, that's a regular train station. A lot of people moving around on foot, huh? We like it. Can't complain. Let's take a look. Somebody's wondering. 92. We're hovering right around 92. That is admirable, I guess. I don't mean to pat myself on the back, but it's pretty good for no mods. You get little spots here and there. These are all cars that want to turn around. Oh no, are these all people heading for the game? Info views, traffic. Where's the routes? How do you get to the routes? I don't know if you get on a road. You can go routes. So that is a decent amount of the traffic coming off the highway is heading that way. So like half of it splits here, right? About. And then if it splits in half again, half of it's going left or straight. The other half easily is going right. So that is responsible for a lot of traffic just for... Whoa, hey. Hold on a second. Wait. Not cinematic camera. No, stop. Pause. Stop. Yeah, that one. Cinematic camera. Walk. Don't mind me. I'm just a mascot. It's fine. Alright, let's see what they're doing here. That was not a wise play. You had a touchdown there and you lateraled it to the middle of the field? Or is that the play? That's the play that they do. Come on. Ready? Come on, I'm open. You got it, you guys. You gotta stop running the same play. Both teams are just intercepting it back and forth, and you're not even changing lines. You guys are gonna get exhausted. That's why they're so tired they can't think straight. Nobody's changing lines. Offense and defense. Iron Men playing both sides. Guys, here's an idea. Don't lateral it back. Okay. All right, anyways. Look, we're packing them in. Is this going to equate to budget? It's going to help our budget? Actually, we don't go look at these people because those don't look like people. What's going on up here? What is going on up here? Somebody put something in the Kool-Aid, I think. They're all just sitting up here cheering, two-dimensional. Like, God, it's the same play is going to happen again. Guess what? You can go home. Nobody wins. It's going to be fine. You're not going to miss anything. Same plays back and forth. You'll see the same thing over here, actually, because I have stood over here for this. And this pitcher just gets absolutely routed. Really? Did they change this? Maybe it's the other team. Okay, there we go. That's what I was expecting. So single, run scores, bases loaded. Batter up. Everybody's a lefty, by the way. That's weird. Coming from a lefty, mind you. But the majority of batters, I believe, are right-handed. Pretty sure it's time to change his pitcher because he just gives up run after run after run. Here, give me the ball. Give me the ball, buddy. Come on. Nope. You're gonna... You know what's gonna happen here? Throw a curveball. Throw something different. Oh, no. No, you didn't. No. Oh, okay. Yeah. Guess what? They scored. All right. Sorry. This episode quickly devolved. It is a nice look, though. The stadiums do have a good look. Even on... Okay. I know what you're thinking, PC players. Stuff it. Stop. Got a decent look for consoles. Some of the textures just don't load. They don't load right. We'll be honest. Look. That's not working. That's not what that building's supposed to look like, I don't think. Right? Where are you supposed to be able to see it from? Where it's not doing that to the textures. Whatever. Okay. Hey. They can't all be good ones. We put some trees down today. We made some stupid jokes. I don't know. Are you glad it's back? I did a video on... Monday. That was a departure. It was some highlights from the live stream. We decided to live stream on a whim last week, was it? And play some totally reliable delivery service. My wife and I were laughing so hard that we were like, we just got to go live with this. This is way too funny not to share. And people seem to enjoy. But whenever I post stuff that is not cities, you know, hey, that's not what a lot of you are here for. And I understand and appreciate that. But also, I hope you understand and appreciate that I love games. I play lots of games. And I'm going to share some of those. And I'm going to get better about sharing some other stuff that isn't cities. So if it's not your thing, there'll still be cities content, but I'm going to mix in the occasional non-cities gameplay, and I'm going to try and go for at least one a week and share some different games out there. There's a lot of stuff out. There's a lot of stuff coming. There's a lot of good indie games hiding behind the scenes that some people don't know about, and some that I just haven't made time for. And honestly, I mean, I could just make time for it, but it's nice to do two birds, one stone, and still push out some content for the channel. But get to play and talk about different games. So you'll see more of that every week. But tune back in on Friday for another episode of Cities that will be a little bit more detail oriented. I mean, that's really where this city is at right now. You know, we're going to drop in a couple uniques. We're going to drop in a couple little things. But for the most part, the build's done, right? I would tune and tweak a lot more on PC if I could. Like right there, we could fix that dirt and turn that into grass, or turn it into sand if we wanted a beach there. But it's not so easy to manipulate things on console. So we'll do what we can. We'll get ready for a nice cinematic look at the city, and before you know it, we'll start a brand new build, which I think the next one's going to be on PC, just to get a chance to mess around with some mods and really push my new rig that I haven't really, I've just been using it to record, play a few games here and there, but it might be nice to kind of push it and see what we can get to some high-end graphical settings on cities, make it really look nice, do something fun, different, and mods can of course contribute to that. But anyways, hey, that's Future Mouse's problem, And if you're at all adverse to cities on PC content, I guess that could be your future problem too. But for the time being, let's not worry about that. Let's worry about this. The city of Rosewood. It's coming along nicely, and I think we'll finish up some little fun project on Friday. Maybe we'll get the tree brush out in between episodes and fill all that in so we can do a little fly around and see what it looks like without some of these empty patches. I mean, it's okay to have little spots here and there, but it's nice to kind of feel like the town is carved out of what used to be a lot of trees. Properties like the casino, of course, might be trimmed up and landscaped a little bit, but you know, the rest of the town can certainly be cut out of the woods. The wilderness, as it were, like that spot right up there, that needs to get filled in, or it needs a park or something. I talked about parks a couple episodes back, and I don't think I filled in half as many as I wanted to. So we'll see some little things like that change. We'll do one more troubleshoot before the end of the series. And what I mean by that is if you're having problems in your city, we'll kind of walk through and talk about all the different things that you can fix and tune and tweak along the way. Things to keep an eye out for, things that you can do to kind of change some of the balance. So we'll have a good troubleshooting episode, which is always a fun one. We did that a little bit an episode or two ago, but we'll really break it down and see kind of where things are at, and if you were going to play a city like this and leave it, where problems might crop up. So hopefully you're enjoying. Really weird one today. Sorry it wasn't super productive, but you know, then again, it was. It's a good chance to just talk and catch up, and I appreciate you taking the time out to watch the video or listen, as it were. Some of you just like to listen to me drone on. I don't know why. Apple Buddy, my wife, just walks away when I drone on, but you know, hey, to each their own. And if you did enjoy, how about hitting that like button while you're here? You're still here, right? Or you thought you fell asleep. If you're prone to falling asleep during my videos, hit the like button before you fall asleep, please. Assuming, you know, you're just putting it on for background noise. If you're falling asleep out of boredom, then I guess don't hit the button before you fall asleep out of boredom. Hit the dislike button when you wake up, I guess. Although at that point, thanks to autoplay, you probably won't be anywhere near my videos. You'll be watching something really weird at that point, way down a YouTube hole by the time you wake up. Anyways, hey, outro, like, comment, share. They all help. They're all appreciated. If you'd like to support the channel, links to that and lots of other things in the description down below. Until Friday, though, when I'll do a little bit of tree work and brush work, we'll decide on a project and kind of tighten that up. But just wanted to get caught up for today and share some of my nonsense ramblings with you. Hopefully you enjoyed. Until the next one, this is Smooth Mouse signing off.